Hi everybody. In this video we are going to talk about the implementation of retrieving an element in array implementation. So when you see the retrieve operation, two things will be known. One is the list in which we are going to retrieve and the position where we are going to retrieve the element, right? So the algorithm is very simple, consists of two steps only. First step states that if the list is empty or position is invalid, once again just recall how will we check the position to be invalid. We are going to accept only human indexing. So the indexing allowed will be from 1 to number of elements in the list. For example, if the list contains 3 elements, then I can give the position to be from 1 to 3. I will not be accepting any other positions, right? So in either of the cases, if the list is empty or position is invalid, then we are going to return -1. Otherwise, what we are going to do is we are going to return the value in the list at the position. Okay. Now the only question is, while we are going to implement the algorithm, I have told us -1. If -1 itself is an element, we are not guaranteed that the list will consist of only positive values. Okay. So maybe during implementation I have to think about it. I cannot merely say I will return -1. Okay. And consider this particular list. Suppose I am giving the index as 2, right? If I give the position as 3, then I want the third element in the list. Third element in the list is 12. Okay, so that will be given, right? And if I give the index as 7, okay, 7 means 7th element in the list is 18, that will be given. If I give 10, it should give me a negative response, right? This is how we should implement. And what about the complexity involved in implementing this function? When you look at it, it doesn't depend on the number of elements. Okay, actually in array implementation, we can do random access, right? You can randomly access a element in the array, that is possible. Due to this nature of the array, the complexity is going to be just big O of 1. It doesn't depend on the number of elements in the list. So let us do the coding for the same. We will do C, coding in C, right? One thing what I am going to do now is I am going to have one more global flag telling about retrieve success, okay? Because I do not get any other idea to tell about the success of the retrieval. I have to return the element at that particular position. Suppose if the list is empty or if the position is not valid, then I am not going to return anything. Rather, I should communicate that the operation is a failure. Okay. So I am going to have a global variable and I am initializing outside the global variable as 1. Why? 1 is going to indicate true. And C language do not have a Boolean data type, so I am using 1 for true. Now let us implement retrieve. Okay, yeah. So come here and return type is int, right? Because the elements are return retrieve, and the list should come. What about the passing mechanism? How we can pass? Here also I am not going to make any modification in the list and that need not get reflected. Okay, so let me pass it by value, and now I have to start. Okay, what I will be doing? I will be checking the condition if is empty of, okay, is empty of L, right? If the list is empty or POS, okay, otherwise or POS less than 1, right? Or POS greater than L dot number of elements, right? I can go up to number of elements. If it is greater or less than 1, then we will be in trouble. In that case, I am just going to return -1, okay? But I should do two things, right? One more thing, whenever we are using global flags, we have to do initialization in the entry also. Otherwise, retrieve success equal to 1, right? And here you should tell retrieve success equal to 0, okay? because it's a failure condition. So otherwise what I will be doing, I will be returning the element at the position where it is in L dot elements, right, L dot elements of POS minus 1, because index starts with 0 and I am using human indexing for indicating the position. So this is how it will be, and let us call here, okay, let us call here, and let me say if retrieve of L comma, right, let me say 2, okay, I am going to retrieve the second element. If retrieve of L comma 2, this means that if it is true, if it is successful, I can check like this, but not mandatory. Okay, 1 is treated to be true, right? So, okay, sorry, 1 minute, I should call it and then I should check. Yes, I should have a X. I hope I have declared. Yeah, I can use the same X. X is equal to retrieve of L comma 2, right? Sorry, yeah, this I should do, and in the condition I should check the flag, retrieve flag I should check. Okay, so retrieve success flag, either I can tell retrieve success equal to 1, or simply if I say retrieve success also, it will work, right, because 1 is true, 0 is false, right. In this case we are going to tell, okay, element taken is, okay, percentage d backslash n comma x, right, let us print this. Otherwise you should tell printf failed, okay, failed, you can tell, and semicolon, fine, right. So let us check the code. So when we want to check, we will do one more thing, that is we will manually first of all see how the things will go on, and then we will check whether our code works as expected, right. I am going to give the size as 5, right, I am going to give the capacity as 5, so let us assume 5 is the capacity, and you are inserting 3 in the beginning, 2 at the end, and 1 in the beginning, right, and then you are trying to delete 10, this will not be successful, and 4 at the 4th position you are inserting 10, and at the end you are inserting 4, right, and you are trying to locate 20, you will get printed -1 because it is not present, and then I am telling retrieve 2, right, I want the second position, second element in the list. Second element in the list is 3, so it should print element taken as 3. So let us see whether there are any compilation errors and whether the logic is correctly implemented. Okay, so let us give 5. Yeah, let us see what has happened. You should have 5 elements, right? It should be 1, 3, 2, 10, 4, yeah, and that is returning false, -1, locate call, element taken as 3, okay, because I am asking for the element that is present in position 2 in the list, okay. Let us try other cases. When I try to retrieve element at 20, okay, capacity is only 5, so I expect this to print failure. Let us see. Yes, it is printing failed, okay, right. So we are again we are using a global flag to indicate the failure. I hope you understand why we are doing this, because this function by itself has to return a element. In C language and in C++ you cannot return multiple values, so we are doing this way. I will share the code, you can try it out by yourself. Thank you.